Welcome back to the Boot Tragedy. The Saints play the Bengals tomorrow. We have a long list of injuries on the injury report. No Michael Thomas, no Marshawn Lattimore. Jameis Winston's not starting. I don't know if he's going to be active or not yet. I haven't seen. But a lot of guys missing, and we'll be playing a team that just came off a Super Bowl loss on the Cincinnati Bengals. Their entire team seems to be healthy, and it's a winnable game. It's a winnable game. The Bengals haven't been looking that good this year. Both teams need this win desperately. You don't want to fall to 2-4 in a year. You're just putting yourself at a disadvantage when it comes to the playoff time. So I think it'll be a good game. And guess what? It's going to be a lot of familiar faces in the building, and we can just start it off with Eli Apple will be back in the Superdome, this time playing for the Bengals. So we can expect us to convert a lot of third downs because he's going to be grabbing, he's going to be getting pass interferences, and I just can't wait, man. I've been waiting for him to come back ever since he tweeted that nonsense on Twitter about New Orleans. So Eli Apple will be in the building, but it is some more former Saints that will be in the building that, on our bad side. You got Trey Hendrickson. Obviously, we had to let him go because we had Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport. He was due a lot of money, man. He had a real good year, so he'll be back. He's a really good player. He'll be going up against James Hurst, so that'll definitely be something to watch. Then you have Von Bell, another former Saint, was drafted by the Saints. He's been much better with the Bengals than he was with the Saints. He already said in his interview, man, he's thankful, for the opportunity the Saints gave him, but he's a little bitter. The Saints didn't re-sign him, and I understand that when the team doesn't re-sign you, they show that they don't want you after drafting you. That leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So he'll have something to prove. He'll be out, with a vengeance against the Saints as well. And then you got your Louisiana boys coming back home, man. You got Joe Burrow, who's obviously one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. Then you got Jamar Chase, one of the best, young receivers in the league. They both been struggling this year, but of course, the Saints will be the team to get them back on track. Hopefully that's not the case, man. But both of those guys are young studs. Have 10-year future in this league. Going to be real good players. So I'm excited to actually see them. Don't get to watch them a lot. Not rooting for them. I know some of y'all have that weird, I'm rooting for, the Bengals because Louisiana type thing. Not I. I'm a Saints guy first. Hopefully those guys play well. If those guys, score 3 touchdowns and we beat them by 50, hey, have a great day. But I'm all Saints first, man. If they get shut out, I would not shed a tear for those guys. But, man, it's going to be exciting to see those guys back in the Superdome. Last time I think they played in college was in the Superdome in the National Championship. So those guys will be back, and that's going to be exciting to see. As far for the Saints, man, it's Andy Dalton. Revenge tour. Nah, not really, but obviously he spent most of his career in Cincinnati. He's going to be playing them again, former team. I'm not sure if it's going to be familiar faces because they've been through a lot of coaching changes and staff turnover over there. But it's still good to play your former team. So that'll be interesting for him. A team that gave him a chance, a team that he spent maybe a decade with. I'm not sure how long he was there, but it was a good little bit. A couple injuries for the Bengals that I will be not looking forward to, but paying attention to. Lael Collins and Jonah Williams, their left and right tackle, were both injured, both limited at practice. So if those two tackles are banged up, that's going to be good news for the Saints, especially if one or both can't play. The Bengals pass blocking has already been putrid, awful this year. I'm sure Joe Burrow probably leads the NFL in sacks taking, him or Justin Fields. So this would be a good time for that defensive line to get on track. Cam Jordan already been playing well. Marcus Davenport, if you want to have a breakout game, this is the time. Onyemata, Sean Tuttle, Granderson, whoever wants to step up, this will be the game to step up because that offensive line is not good. If we can't get at least 3 to 4 sacks this game, then we're just going to struggle the entire year rushing the passer. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm definitely looking forward to it on the Saints injury front. Like I said, no Marshawn Lattimore against Jamar Chase. I was really looking forward to that matchup. Also, T. Higgins is a game time decision for them. So, if they're down T. Higgins, then, I like our secondary's chances better. When if it's just Jamar, we could double team him, we could bracket him, we can do some things. And maybe a Debo steps up, man. He's going to be cornerback 1. He's going to have to play like cornerback 1 like he was in training camp, or it's going to be a long day for us. And I guess we can get to some predictions. I think it's going to be a fairly mid-scoring game. I think it's going to be in the 20s range. I think the Saints win 28-24. That's my prediction. I think it's going to come down to some field goal kicks or something like that maybe. I think it's going to be in the range of 28-24. It could be 27-24, 26-28. It's going to be a crazy score. I think it's going to be mid to high 20s. I think, like I said, it's going to come down to field goal kicks. They both have good kickers. The Saints have a good kicker, obviously, and Will Lutton McPherson for the Bengals is really, really good as well. They're going to be kicking inside, so I think both kickers are going to be on their A game, and it might come down to who has the ball last, so we'll see how this turns out. Now, Saints game plan-wise, things I'll be looking for. If Chris Olave plays, obviously we need to take shots, especially if Eli's Apple on him. We need to take shots early and take shots often. Running the ball. We have to continue to run the ball well. Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, however we're gonna do it, we just have to continue to run the ball because that opens up that play action. The Saints definitely need to run a lot of play action and some play action on first down, man. Don't just run the ball on first down, and get to 2nd and 8. Let's open up that playbook, play action early. Taysom early. Don't wait until we get down or wait until we need them. Run Taysom early and often, man. That's a very good formation and package for us. So let's not go away from it. Also, I would like the tight ends to get involved this week. We tried last week. Troutman could have had 2 touchdowns, but we do need to get those tight ends involved, especially with these receivers being out. Troutman, Jawan Johnson, and even if Taysom's that tight end, we're going to have to get those tight ends involved. And the biggest thing I think we're all looking for is that special teams unit, man. Can Rashid Shaheed, bring a spark into this team, a spark that we've been missing for the last 2 years. Honestly, since we lost to Tampa Bay in the playoffs, that's been the last time I think Deontay Hardy had a good game returning the ball. So we'll see what Rashid Shaheed could do back there. And I'll just throw this out there. If you're a betting man or if you follow, any type of gambling things, the Bengals are the favorite, which I kind of like. I like when the Bengals are the favorite. I hope everyone, on Fox or wherever we play on just picks the Bengals to win the game because that always sets up nice for us. They are the favorites. So we're the underdogs. I like coming in, being underdogs at home. That's kind of crazy to me, man. It's not often that the Saints are underdogs at home, but technically we are the underdogs. If you're looking at Vegas, they don't think we're going to win. And to be honest, rightfully so, if you look at the injury report, it's no way we should win this game. But with Zach Taylor, he's been a very bad coach this year. I'm not going to lie. He's not been very good coming off that Super Bowl. I do think, this is a side note, a little tangent right here. I do think this is one of the teams that Sean Payton will be intrigued about, that he will look into if they come calling after the season. I think the Bengals and the Chargers, they both have good young receivers and quarterbacks with Herbert and Joe Burrow. So, hey, if y'all want to do a little trade, give us T. Higgins or something like that, we'll gladly take him. We'll take Trey Henderson back as well. Little first-round pick. Y'all can have Sean Payton, but we'll see, how that turns out at the end of the year. I do think Sean Payton wants to coach next year. I think there's going to be 3 to 4 jobs open, and hopefully, one of them jobs have a young quarterback so we can trade him. Also, before I get out of here, we do have a quick turnaround because, the NFL just loves us so much, man. We have a quick turnaround against the Cardinals. And, of course, that's the game that Deshaun Hopkins will be coming back just because the NFL say, let's suspend him until they play the Saints. Let's do it that way. So we'll be playing the Cardinals on Thursday. A short week, and it's a short week, and we already have all these injuries. So if any one gets hurt in this next game, Sunday, that's going to be hell for us just because we're already shorthanded. Hopefully some of these guys can come back. Landry, MT, Marshawn Lattimore. Hopefully, at least 1 or 2 of those guys can be ready for Thursday. I doubt it just because it's such a quick turnaround. And hopefully we just don't pick up any more injuries in this game. So, yeah, man, that's my prediction, on this game, my thoughts on this game. Let me know what y'all think about this game in the comments below. As always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.